Hey guys, the lighting is so bad here, but anyways, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another match review. Typically, I do these right after the game, but there was just so much football on. I didn't think that anybody would really tune in because they would all be watching the game, and I wanted to watch the games too. So I was watching Aston Villa versus Chelsea, and then I tuned into Real Madrid versus Barcelona, El Clásico, and then I was watching the Liverpool vs Man City game, and that's just finished. So I said, okay, now I'm going to put my match review on YouTube now that there's really no more like big games, and I've been watching football for literally the entire day. So this is Aston Villa 0, Chelsea 2, and this game was just absolutely bananas. Like, it was crazy. Let me know your thoughts about the match in the comments. I truly cannot believe that we kept a clean sheet in this game, and we'll get into all of that. So I'm going to start looking at Sofa Score. Oh wait, I clicked into the wrong thing. So that we can take a look at what happened in the match. So for starters, here's the starting 11 for both teams. For when Chelsea's starting 11 came out on Twitter, I actually had no idea what formation we would be playing, and I was really curious to see how Graham Potter was going to deal with Reece James being out, because for me, Reece James is one of the first names on the team sheet always. And while we have Aspilicueta that can play there, I think we saw versus Wolves that the rest did him so good, and he was able to come back and be 100% fresh, and he really performed. And he's 33 now, so he's not at the age where he can keep running up and down the pitch like he used to every couple of games. And Chelsea have a really tight fixture schedule. It's very condensed because of the World Cup and all of the competitions that we're in as well. So we're playing really every 3 to 4 days. Let me know if the trucks are too loud in the background. We're playing every 3 to 4 days, which is pretty crazy. So given that we're playing so often, you would need rotation regardless. Yeah, and we saw that Reece James was rested versus Wolves, but now trying to figure out what to do with that is a bit of a nightmare. So we saw that he started with his 3-4-2-1 with Raheem Sterling playing as a right wing back, and then we had a back three of Chalobah, Thiago Silva, and Cucurella, and then Ben Chilwell playing as the left wing back. A pivot of Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic, and then Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang up at the top. So in this match, Chelsea started the game, and Mason Mount was able to score within the first 6 minutes thanks to a Tyrone Mings mistake. And I love just how decisive Mason was and in putting the ball away. And he just looks so confident now, and you just felt that he was going to score. So I'm not going to complain about a player making a mistake, and we were able to take advantage of it. But after that, you can kind of see here that Aston Villa started the game well. Then we had that a little bit of possession after we scored the goal. But then look at this, like the entire first half basically was all Aston Villa. Then we came out of the second half and did a bit. Then Aston Villa. And then Mason scored the free kick. So they had so much dominance. And I think that it was largely because we were missing Reece James. Raheem Sterling, I just didn't think that this role suited him so much, hugging the wide area of the pitch. I think we like to see him more in a forward position. And he was just looking like he was struggling. Cucurella and Chilwell both looked like they were struggling. There was so much space in the back line. We were just trying to Aston Villa were just trying to put balls in our right-hand side of the pitch, and it was working. KEPA made some of the craziest saves that I've ever seen. I think this might have been his best game for Chelsea. The only thing that I think maybe comes close is like that penalty shootout where I think it was in the Europa League against Frankfurt. I'm really bad at remembering these things, where he saved 2 penalties, I think, and he caught the penalty in between his knees. But Aston Villa had a shot. He deflected it. That one was okay. Then they had another one in like 1, 2, 3. He gets it out on his right, then he gets another one away, and then throughout the game, he made a couple of really, really, really good world-class saves. That's going to do his confidence a load of good. And we've already seen that he was like pretty confident going into this match. You've just seen his presence on the pitch. He's commanding his box more. He's like going out. If there's a ball that looks risky, he's going out and kicking it away. And I think that he's just looking so, so good recently. And I think it's interesting to note, like, could Kepa potentially be our starting goalkeeper again? Like, that's not something that I thought that we would see. I always thought that Edouard Mendy would be our starting goalkeeper, but Kepa has been putting in man of the match performances, and he's now kept 4 clean sheets in a row, which is crazy. The last time he did that was, I think, in 2019. And Chelsea is scoring goals as well. And what we've seen with Graham Potter is that distribution is so important for his system and how he likes to play. And Kepa really is like another center back in that state. And versus AC Milan, he had 89% passing accuracy. And I'm just pulling it up. I have this. Where did I put it? Oh, here. He had 89% passing accuracy, and he completed 5 out of 7 long balls, with only Thiago Silva creating more. So we're seeing that he is really responsible for a lot of the creation from the back as well. And that's one of his strengths. That's not something that Edouard Mendy is typically good with. He gets like a little bit frazzled with the ball at his feet. And we saw at Brighton, Graham Potter replaced their goalkeeper and brought in Sanchez in. Maybe we could see the resurgence of Kepa, because I really don't see, after that performance, I don't think he's getting benched anytime soon. So looking at some stats, Chelsea had 59% possession, but like, this is insane. Aston Villa had 18 shots, 7 shots on target, 7 shots off target, 4 block shots, 7 corner kicks, 4 big chances, 4 big chances missed, hit the word work twice, 13 shots inside of the box, 5 shots outside of the box. Realistically, they should have gotten at least something from this game. Like, this scoreline was very favorable to Chelsea. I saw that they had expected goals of over 2. Like, Aston Villa had expected goals of over 2, like 2.4 or something. And Chelsea's expected goals was like 1.06 or something like that. I mean, really, they could have easily won this game. Kepa was the difference maker in this match. I'm a little bit worried going forward, because we were very, very open. I thought we looked better once Graham Potter moved Raheem Sterling back, brought Azpilicueta on. Ruben Loftus-Cheek went to a right wing back type position. But that's not going to be the case every single week. So we need to find a way to be able to deal with Reece James not playing, and we struggled without him on the pitch today. I can't believe that he's out for so long. I really thought that it was going to be a minor injury and he would be back in like a week when it first happened, and that blows. But yeah, I kind of feel bad for Aston Villa. We got away with one. Kepa was incredible in this match. So yeah, guys, let me know how you're doing, what your thoughts are in the comments. Hi. Doesn't seem like there's so many. I guess it's kind of like a weird time to be streaming. This reminded me of our game against Brentford last season. Yeah. Kepa was sensational. Who's your man of the match in this match? Because Mason, like, Kepa's getting all the headlines and he made some really good saves, but Mason also scored 2 goals, and without Mason's goals, we wouldn't have won the game either. But of course, without Kepa saves, we wouldn't have won the game. So let me know who's your man of the match in the comments. We already got one from a couple of minutes ago. Nasser and Ed, Kepa man of the match. I would tend to agree. I think, especially for a goalkeeper to have that type of performance, that's not something that happens so often. I feel that that Mason's like consistently man of the match, but I just felt that Kepa saved us so much. Yeah, Richie Sauer says Kepa as well. I felt like Kepa was incredible in this game. It's so crazy to think that he's like making a name for himself again. I'm curious about his passing. So I'll share my screen with you guys again. Okay, you can see it. I don't know how to make this any bigger. It's pretty small. But so Kepa attempted 11 long balls. He only had 3 today. Versus AC Milan, he was a lot better. I think Aston Villa were really pressing us a lot, and also we just didn't have like such a good game. And Thiago Silva completing over 50% of his long balls. I think he's just insane. For the attack, John McGinn had 3 shots on target, Danny Ings 2 shots on target, and then Mason Mount. So they had 5 shots on target with their 2 players before we even get to a Chelsea player. Big chance miss. His hit word work. It's just pretty crazy that we actually got away with this one. Who do we play next? I feel like I should know this, but I just kind of take it game by game. So we play Brentford on Wednesday, and then a massive game versus Man United at the Bridge on Saturday, and then Champions League game, and then Brighton. That'll be interesting. And then Champions League, and then Arsenal. So pretty crazy fixtures coming up. Yeah, everybody's saying Kefa. Yeah, Mason's. I was gonna say Mason's clean sheet. Mason's free kick was just insane as well. Really loved it. And we've seen that he's taken a couple and like been a little bit iffy on them. And we know that he can score free kicks, but it's just been a while, I feel like, since he scores one. So I was really happy to see that he actually scored it. It was beautiful. I did feel though that like their keeper, I'm just looking up, Martinez. I did feel that he wasn't trusting the wall so much, because if he trusts the wall, then they're meant to have like his near post covered, and he could have gone for the far post, but it seemed that he was like kind of iffy about it and like stayed towards the near post, and then that's why Mason was able to score. But I'm not complaining about it. So yeah. Siddharth says Broya and Pulisic need to start. I feel like we'll probably see some rotation in the starting lineup, especially because both Aubameyang and Havertz just did not have a good game. Sterling didn't have a good game. He did have one opportunity where he hit the post after he moved position, but just his first position as right wing back did not work, and I don't want to see that again. What did you guys? I have a question from Joel. Cucurella or Chilwell so far under Potter? I mean, I think that, to be honest, they both were pretty poor today. I'm not sure what it was, why, because I feel like typically they're both pretty strong. Don't know if it was Aston Villa pressing or they just had a bad game. Chilwell is still getting back to fitness. Like, I'm giving him a pass basically because he hasn't played so much in the past year, so I don't expect him to give. I think like he's going to be a bit inconsistent until he gets some more consistency and more match fitness. But Cucurella was surprised that he really looked like he was struggling, and I thought that it was the right choice by Graham Potter to take him off at halftime, because he made a lot of mistakes in that match, unfortunately. Mendy's going to have to work really hard to get back the number 1 spot, and I just don't see it happening right now, like with the way that Kepa's playing and how Graham Potter wants to play. I'm like really surprised. Like, good on Kepa, like he stuck by and stayed on the sidelines for however many years, and then Mendy got injured. He had an opportunity, he took it, and it's not so often that you see it. Second choice goalkeepers go and overtake the first choice one. I feel like that's not typically an opportunity that you see so much, and I really thought that he was just going to do better somewhere else, but it's really nice. And I mean, we pay so much money for him and he's on crazy wages, so if he's doing well for us, then that's only a plus. So, did you guys watch any of the other games today? I was watching El Clásico. It wasn't as exciting as the El Clásicos of the past. Like, it's really just not the same without Messi and Ronaldo playing each other. But Barcelona I don't want to say they're in big trouble, but like given all of their financial stuff, and they were basically saying, "Oh, we're going to buy a lot of players in order to like get money through the Champions League, through the TV revenue, and like getting past the group stages and I don't know, winning La Liga or whatever." And that's not happening. I I didn't feel that Real Madrid were like amazing in the game. Um, but and the but once they scored 2 goals, it kind of took the sting out. Barcelona didn't do anything. They scored, and then they were alive for like 5 minutes, and then Real Madrid got a soft penalty, and then that was that. Um, we have a really enthusiastic comment. Potter shouldn't start Cucurella, left center back from now on. Yeah, I didn't think that he looked good. I know that he can play there though, and he's had games there where he's looked fine. I think he was just resting Koulibaly because he can't play there every week, and that's the whole point of having squad rotation. But yeah, I just didn't think that he looked good. Yeah, Barcelona after everything that they did to us this summer, and the Rafinha drama and the Jules Conde drama, and then wanting to take Azpilicueta from us. And then I just saw the other day that they want both Jorginho and N'Golo Kante. Good luck. Good luck sorting that out. Like I don't know if they'll be able to sign players. I really wonder how they're going to get their selves out of that one, because from what I understood from reading articles, it was like a risky short-term bet for a long-term game. But if it doesn't work, it could be like really bad. I mean, I'm sure they're going to figure something out. But yeah, it's not looking good. I think they're going to have to sell like a ton of players this summer. And then Liverpool versus Man City. Like, I can't believe that Liverpool won this game, to be honest. I was going into this thinking Man City are going to smash them like 3-4-0, even though it's away from home. I just thought like there's no stopping Erling Haaland. Turns out he isn't a robot and can actually go in game without scoring. But I thought that he was like, I don't know. I just thought like they would have won by a big margin, and it was a really intense match. I would say it was really back to back, and it could have gone either way. Big mistake from Cancelo for the goal. Mohamed Salah not making any mistakes. Ederson had made a really good save when Mo Salah had gotten 1-on-1 previously, and he got like a fingertip to it, and he did well. But other than that, and Foden scored, and I was quite happy about this because he's in my fantasy team. I was like, oh, amazing! Like, not so many people have Phil Foden. He scores. This is amazing. And then it got ruled out because there was a foul in the build-up. That was a bummer. But yeah, I don't know which team would have been better for Chelsea to win, because I kind of think that Man City are always going to be in the top 4, and so I figured it would be better if they won because we're definitely going to be competing with them, and we want to keep Liverpool off of competing from the top 4. So that was how I kind of looked at it. But I did look at the table, and so Chelsea are on 19 points, and City are on 23 points, and Chelsea have a game in hand. So Chelsea could go to 22 points, and that would be just 1 point behind Spurs and City, and then 5 points behind Arsenal. So really, we could be competing with the likes of City. I mean, I think we have a lot to sort out in how we play, and injuries are going to play a big part. I think we're going to see a lot more injuries, unfortunately. I called this at the beginning of the season, that there's just too many games that players shouldn't be playing so often. And with the World Cup, I think we're just going to see that exasperated. So I think we're going to see a lot of injuries. So the title race could be completely open. Who knows? Like maybe we could compete for a title if we can stay fit, or if like another team has big injuries. Not that I want any players to be injured, but you just never know how badly it could affect a team. So who knows? Richie says, where do you think Liverpool will finish? I honestly have no idea because I feel like they're so up in the air. I don't know. So right now it's Arsenal, City, Spurs, Chelsea. Spurs could be Spursy. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. I feel like they really have not been having a good season. They look like they're starting to get back on track, like 2 wins in a row. Massive win versus Rangers, 7-1 in the Champions League. Now a big win versus City. And I do think that this win is going to give them some confidence. I'm going to say like fourth or fifth. That could be completely wrong. I don't know. I think like City will still win because when there's so many games, I'm not sure how Arsenal are going to deal. I'm gonna say like City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs ish. I don't know. That's my prediction. Let's see how the season gets on. But guys, I just wanted to hop on here. And chat for a bit. I don't know if you saw on Chelsea TV. If you didn't watch, I'm going to be posting the clip. I'm gonna get it like sometime this week. And they had a clip about the third shirt, which looks super nice, by the way. And they were like, "Oh, we're going to get a name printed. Like we all decide amongst ourselves who we're going to get." And then it turned out to be Azpilicueta. I was like, "Oh my god, Azpilicueta!" And then they said, "Oh, we have a massive Azpilicueta fan in the studio," and I was like, "Yeah, I am." And they're like, "This shirt's for you, and he's going to sign it, and we're going to send it to you." And I just started crying on TV. Yeah, I can't believe it's like super embarrassing, but I'll post the clip because I guess it will be funny or like sweet. Either way, maybe you get some enjoyment or amusement out of it, but I can't believe it. So that was a very exciting point of my day too. So guys, I'm going to head off because it's 8 p.m. on a Sunday for me. I know for a lot of you it must be a lot later, but I'm going to decompress a bit before Monday starts. And yeah, lots of content as always with all of the games coming up. Watch out for me on Chelsea Matchday Live ahead of every match. I'm on there. And yeah, I hope, let me, if you guys have any content that you want to see that you're not seeing, anybody that you want to see on the channel, any stuff like that, let me know so that I can get them on or try to get them on. Cool. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time you're watching this. And until next time, I'm out. Bye.